KXLY4 News Morning Sprint is brought to you by Park Gordon Law.
It is 6:52, time now for your morning sprint. Caroline Flynn is helping you get ready for several inches of snow heading your way this weekend, showing you how to shovel safely.
But first, let's get to Mark Peterson tracking single-digit temperatures right now and snow on the way.
There's no doubt about it. Now, let's get to that four-day forecast, get you caught up. We have an impact scale of 4 as we take a look at what's happening Friday into Saturday. Today, it's going to be increased clouds, 25 degrees, 28 for Friday. But that's the recipe for snow as it comes in Saturday and then blowing and drifting snow. So we want you to be careful. And again, moderate to heavy snowfall, and it is going to have bitter cold wind chills, in fact, for Saturday into Sunday.
Well, reports of an active shooter on the Central Washington University campus last night turned out to be a false alarm. The university sent an alert to students at around 5:30. Police say they received 3 reports of gunshots in 3 different buildings. Campus was placed on lockdown and several buildings were evacuated. Students in other areas sheltered in place for more than an hour and a half. But around 7:30, the university announced all buildings had been secured and no evidence of gunfire was found. Now the investigation begins to figure out where the reports of gunshots came from. Classes will continue as normal today.
A woman in her 70s stabbed near a Northeast Spokane Albertson store parking lot last night. Police found the woman with a non-life-threatening stab wound around 10 o'clock last night. She was taken to the hospital. Police say the woman does not know her attacker, and they have not, of course, no motive. The suspect is described as white, between 45 and 60 years old. He left in a Subaru Outback or similar style vehicle. If you know anything about that, call Crime Check.
A child sleeping in a Spokane Valley apartment was woken up by a smoke alarm going off early this morning. The boy then woke up the rest of his family, who all got outside and called 911. When firefighters got there, they found smoke and flames coming from the back of the building. It took 12 crews to put that fire out. They now credit that young boy and the working smoke alarm with saving his family members' lives.
All right, would you guys believe I had to stop because I was actually working up a sweat? What is the temperature again? I think you said like negative or at least single digits. Well, if you're going to be snow shoveling this weekend, which it seems like you probably are going to be doing, here are some tips to make it easier and avoid getting injury or anything else. You're going to want to make sure you're doing it in small increments. Take a couple breaks while you're doing it. Make sure you're not lifting any super heavy loads. Lift from your legs, not your back, and also know the signs of a heart attack. That's discomfort in the chest, shortness of breath, and make sure you're calling 911 if you experience any of those. That is nothing to play around with.
Well, here's something we could all use on this frigid morning. We're looking ahead to summer. That's when Airway Heights will get a new coffee shop. Regional chain Dutch Bros has announced its 10th Spokane area location, coming to the Airway Heights area next to the Village Cinemas movie theater. That's just off Highway 2 north of the Spokane airport. No official opening date has been announced, but Dutch Bros says it will be up and running sometime this summer.
Washington lawmakers are looking to expand protections for working moms who want to breastfeed their babies. House Bill 1930 would add breastfeeding to the definition of a pregnancy-related health condition. That would extend protections, requiring employers to offer breaks and proper breastfeeding space for mothers in their first 2 years after a baby is born. Currently, federal law requires similar accommodations, but only for the first year.
The Colorado man charged in the death of his fiancée, Kelsey Barrett, is expected in court today for a hearing to determine who will get custody of their young daughter. 1-year-old Kaylee has been in temporary custody with Barrett's parents, who live in Sandpoint, since December. Now, Frazee's mother has filed a motion to intervene. Barrett was last seen on Thanksgiving. Though her body has not been found, authorities believe Frazee killed her.
The man charged with killing a Cheney Pot Shop employee has pleaded guilty. Donovan Culps was charged with killing Cameron Smith in September of 2017. Culps later told police he shot Smith, put him in his truck, and dropped his body in a remote area. Culps has now pleaded guilty to first-degree murder. The prosecutor's office is recommending he serve 35 years.
All right, coming up next on Good Morning America, the father of the 21-year-old accused of kidnapping Jamie Kloss and killing her parents speaking up for the first time. Hear his message to Jamie's loved ones.
And the picture that is warming hearts across America. Hear the sweet story of this unlikely friendship between a toddler and a traveling businessman.
It is a great story. For us, the story is going to be the snow coming in tomorrow afternoon, evening into Saturday. 3 to 5 inches of snow, and then the winds are going to fire up for Saturday afternoon.
We disapprove.
Q&A starts now. See you in about 25 minutes.